Something I saw on social media today made me realize it was time for me to talk about something that has been on me for a while. I don't know how long ago it was. I want to say maybe 2 years ago, really. Um, because when you, well, I'm not gonna say that, but it was about 2 years ago when it really came to me when it comes to spirituality, right? I feel like there's a divide with people, right, who have an influence. And you have the socially conscious people, you have the people who are, they speak of source and light and energy. You have the people who really speak about, shadow work and going into the darkness. And then you have the people who speak about both, like myself, the people who um, wanted to be understood that you have to go through the darkness to get to the light, right? So within 2 years ago, I had a very powerful epiphany about how there was this energy of it's not what you are. It's not what you are. It's basically not how you show up in the 3D. Is really what you are spiritually, and it's about alignment, right? It's about getting to that place where you really realize who you truly are, because like I always say, we have been a lot of us were made to be the people that we really weren't, and now the awakening process is coming into who you truly are if you have been given, raised in the right conditions, right? I say all that to say this: when it comes to sexuality, when it comes to race, when it comes to ethnicity, that shit is just another shell. It's just a shell. Some people are so thought in their mind, and I spoke about this briefly on Facebook before, that everything is processed through their mind. They're not allowing the energy to flow through their heart. And a lot of people, get triggered by people who are healers or whatever, because we talk about healing themselves, healing yourself so you can get to a place of true consciousness. You see, because there are truly levels to consciousness, and a lot of people who start off with spirituality and open being, let's just say opening up, okay? Opening up, they first notice the injustices in the world, the control of the higher ups, right? The evil forces that run the world, that run the matrix, okay? And the effect of religion and this they understand all that, and still understand the generational curses, and they start getting into the karmics. It's like levels, right? And then when you really really let it roll, when you really like release control, you start realizing how much you have to go within, like everything is within you, right? So because a lot part of the spiritual process is going through that thing of where you think like, okay, everybody's been against me, you be in this victim state, right? I have so much to say on this. I'm sorry, y'all, if I'm just like, what I'm saying? Like, because I have been noticing for a while, the and it was just a comment that got me into this, but this is, like I said, this is something I've been wanting to talk about for a while, is the divide within the spiritual community at times with social media, right? And I haven't followed quite a few people because of this, because it started to feel real religiousy, like spirituality to a sense, with certain people becoming religion. You get what I'm saying? Because when it comes to spirituality and people being tapped into their soul, when you are truly tapped into your soul and you become who you truly are, like I just said, if you are really spiritual, if you really align with spirituality, then you know that you don't have no control of how others become. Like if they tap into, like for instance, let me say, what are you trying to say, Indigo? Okay, a man, a man who's physically born a male, and he goes through his spiritual journey and he aligns with his divine masculine, divine feminine energy. But he's tapped in So he starts wearing certain things and all of this because he's tapped in. That's who he is. That's who he is. So then now you have these conscious people, these conscious, spiritually conscious people who want to say that is wrong for this brother, for this divine masculine to adorn himself the way he is aligned with. That's crazy. That's crazy. I follow I say live and let live. That's me. Because you can't have no control over nobody. The only one that you're supposed to have control over and discipline on is yourself. I follow a transgender person by the name of T.S. Madison. And what I like about her is her tenacity and that she has become the person she is by not letting the opinions of others stop her or hold her back. I align so much with people who align with their power, who align with their true essence, who go against the odds, the underdog, if you will, because I'm an underdog. So I align with people like that. And I feel like if I am who I am, okay, who I am, and I used to have a different position and all this, let's be clear, but there's levels to growth. If I am who I am, who is it me to come out of myself to tell somebody how to live their life or to judge somebody based on their beliefs on what they are? How do you know people are not carrying out their mission? They're not falling in line with their purpose. Who are you to say that people are doing something that is so unjust, that is so wrong, that is so just whatever the case is? Like, who are you? Did God tap into you to make sure, like, okay, let's go to so-and-so to make sure it's okay for so-and-so to tap? Like, who are you? This goes for race and everything. Let me tell you something. I definitely was considered pro-black person, if you will, right? I'm really, for my melanated people. I love black people. I love myself. You see what I'm saying? But I start understanding and seeing and experiencing different races embracing me a certain way that my own people hadn't embraced me with. And I'm talking about real life. I'm not talking about a lot of you that I, engage with on social media or whatever. I'm talking about like in real, true life, people who know me outside of social media. My experiences with other races at times have been more positive and more uplifting than other people who know me in real life. And I'm talking about acceptance of the person that I am, because I'm not a conventional person. I'm the type of person that goes to the beat of my own drum. I align with who I truly am. And I live the life based on my own terms, and I'm tapped in and connected to source. And a lot of people get triggered and bothered and upset and angry and just mad based on that. It's time for people to raise their consciousness. And when I say consciousness, I'm talking about the consciousness within yourself. Because once you understand, you'll overstand. You'll be in alignment with what I'm talking about. People are allowed to live their life out free. They're allowed to do whatever they want to do, long as they're not hurting themselves or hurting others or doing any type of detrimental, stuff. Like they're not putting energy out there that could boomerang and cause any type of karmic effect. Everybody has to go through stuff. And let me be clear. A lot of you people who like to judge and be funky with people, you guys have incarnated and you probably have lived several lives where in another life you have probably been a really horrible person or a gay person or a person of another race or a killer or some type of abuser or a thief. Do you understand the karma that we have to keep paying back until we get it together? You better understand or overstand, because a lot of you guys are sitting very high up on those pedestals looking down on people as if you have the nerve to judge somebody and you don't even have a clue to what you're talking about. You don't even know. But you will soon find out, because we are in the age of Aquarius, and this is the energy that we in is, if you don't know, you will soon find out, even if you don't want to. And I don't mean this video to be any type of negative energy put out there. I'm just putting it out there. This is something that has been on me a while, and I'm so glad that I seen that post so I could talk about what I wanted to talk about, because this is necessary in my opinion. I hope that this sparks something within you. I love you guys.